You have apprehended the villain responsible for the murder of our beloved Dr. Raymond Cocteau?
Well, I wouldn't exactly say apprehended. Let's just say he's history. And the crowd prison, that's history too.
What will we do? How will we live?
Now here's the problem. You know where all cults end up?
Imploding, basically.
Death, right?
Yeah.
Often by suicide.
In the closing stages of the war, a large number of the Nazi faithful realized that the war was effectively lost. This resulted in mass suicides throughout Germany.
There's this feeling of Gotterdammerung, the twilight of the gods, we all die together because life after the Reich isn't worth living. Now that's an extraordinary sensation, and I think one can't fully explain it. You have to understand the extraordinarily rigid hold the regime had on people.
A great many of the party faithful committed suicide because they simply couldn't face the idea of German defeat. They'd been fed propaganda for years that defeat would mean the partition of Germany, it might mean the deliberate impoverishment, there were rumours that all German males would be castrated, and all kinds of extraordinary things went around in 1945.
Knowing that the Soviets were advancing swiftly towards his bunker, Hitler gave his last will and testament, making Joseph Goebbels as Reich Chancellor and naming no one as his successor as Führer. The next day, April 30th, 1945, Hitler shot himself.
Two of Hitler's immediate circle, Joseph Goebbels and Martin Bormann, remained loyal to him right to the end. They stayed in the bunker in Berlin. For Goebbels, there was nowhere else to go. He felt that if the Third Reich collapsed, if Hitler was killed, that was it. Everything was over.
What will we do? How will we live?
An extraordinary sense of apocalypse seemed to overtake them, and they felt that that was the only course of action open to them.
On May 1st, Joseph Goebbels and his wife Magda committed suicide, but before doing so, killed their 6 children by drugging them and then poisoning them with cyanide. Both Himmler and Goering would commit suicide as well, but this was not before they were interrogated by the Allies.
Accompanied by these 2 SS men, Heinrich Himmler, most hated man in Europe, was captured by British troops outside this town. Concealed in Himmler's mouth was a tiny vial of deadly poison. While being examined, he swallowed it.
Goering was in American custody, and Erich was able to ask him key questions about Nazi aircraft strategy.
He came out of World War I with great honour, had a huge reputation in Germany, a good man who went very wrong. He was corrupted by the system he joined, and he lost all his qualities of honour and began to really lust for power and luxury. And that, of course, was his total downfall.
You know where all cults end up? Death, often by suicide.